Hello and welcome back to Gym Challenge Winter Cup 1 here in Pico Rivera, California. This is not Arnie and and Titania. I am Abu.
I'm Alexis.
And we're gonna be casting Anthony and Benji's match for semifinals here. And I don't think they've been on stream before.
I think Benji's been on stream earlier today,
Okay.
but I can't remember. Yeah.
So, anyways, Anthony with the team of actually really popular team nowadays: Gouging Fire, Fluttermane, Qian Pao, Tinglu, Dragonite, and Ogerpon Wellspring. And Benji's running
Reggie Drago, of course. Yeah, this is like the super hyper offense Reggie Drago team. With the, I believe it's double grassy glide.
Yes.
It's a very powerful team. We'll see how well it can do against that Tinglu being able to lower the special attacks.
I think, yeah. What is that? It's Reggie Drago is, I think, powerful enough to maybe break through it, right? What I think Benji really needs to watch out for is, of course, the Fluttermane, and I believe the Gouging Fire also has a Terra Fairy. So what's really going to be important is for Benji to bait out the Terra on the Gouging Fire, and he can actually kind of just roll through the rest of the team with Drago. So it's going to be really interesting to see. And there it is. Interesting. Actually, double Dragon. This is very interesting. With Benji responding with a Torn Urshifu lead, which is actually quite solid into this. It's going to force something.
Yeah, this is not bad at all. You have the Choice Scarf, Urshifu, that'll be able to move first, the Tornadus as well. Do you think he might just want to go for a Surging Strikes here? And it looks like that might be what he's going for.
Yeah, I think it's probably better to just launch it into the Tinglu. You're still going to do a lot of damage, right? It just depends on how much you want to trade, right? Because you don't actually need to go for the Tailwind. You could also just go for Bleak Wind Surging. It's not bad, right? Because at least from my knowledge of like how these calcs work, this thing Luke is not getting one shot ever, even with Rain Dance, Terra Water Surging. He can just like Terra Poison and just get away from that. But Benji going straight on the offense here. I actually did miss what he targeted into, but we'll figure that out right now. Let's see here. Oh, okay, so response from Anthony. I'm wondering if he just went for Terra Normal, but no, yeah. I think that's the right play there. Just going for the Terra Poison there.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to get blown up. Tinglu is very important in this matchup. And actually, okay, Benji ended up blocking Protect there, and maybe just to avoid maybe like an E-Speed or something.
This is a loaded dice Dragonite set, so I can see the Dragonite maybe wanting to go for the Tornadus with the Scale Shot, protecting it here. Not a bad decision.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Just goes for the Urshifu.
So that was like the safest play you could have made. Ooh, a crit. That's not good. I don't think that's gonna make a difference whether it gets a KO or not. Unless it. Yeah. Okay. So 4 times. It wasn't gonna get the KO, but it is like a little rough now because now Benji has to. Oh. Ooh. Okay. That was a really aggressive call from Anthony there. And I guess relatively safe too, overall, because none of your Pokemon are actually like getting KO'd by the Surging Strikes, right? Unless the Tinglu didn't Terra.
Yeah, I think that was pretty safe here, and now Benji's already lost his Terra.
But crucially, right? Crucially, that I think if you get rid of the Tinglu, right, you're actually like in a pretty decent spot. I would say you're in a pretty decent spot if you brought Drago, but I don't. Maybe you didn't bring Drago. Maybe you brought Rillaboom in the back, right? So it's like kind of interesting because you're having like not many of your other team members can break through this Dragonite here, and Dragonite just goes for another Scale Shot, and it's probably it's doing about the same damage it did to. Is it getting 5 hits? Nope. Okay.
4 hits.
Okay, that's good. That's kind of good that the Tornado survived. It can at least get something off, but it is kind of getting out of hand here. And oh, actually, it doesn't go for the ogre pawn here. That's actually really interesting. But I guess you just want to get rid of the stuff that the Tornadus could do, you know, like speed control and whatnot. But yeah, it is the Rillaboom in the back. Now I think it's gonna be really hard because you don't really want to launch any attacks into Dragonite, and a lot of your attacks are not gonna do much to Ting-Lu. Like, I don't think, like, I guess you could Woodhammer it.
Yeah, the Dragonite's resisting everything that the Ogerpon or the Rillaboom can do to it right now.
So maybe it will pick up anyway because -2, but it doesn't look like it. Let's see. Ooh, doesn't pick up. This is, I wouldn't say, actually, honestly, I think the game's over, right?
Yeah,
like,
likely banking on a crit there to try and get rid of the Dragonite, but here we just get Scale Shot, and Ting-Lu also is going to get to move and do something.
Oh, that's just straight up KO's Ogerpon, yeah. I think, and I get why you don't lead Regidrago, right? But I think it at least should have been brought.
Yeah.
But yeah, because on paper, I think it is good. Besides the Flutter Mane and the Terra Fairy Gouging Fire, it's actually pretty. It has enough firepower to like even get through Vessel. That's my take on it.
I agree. I think, yeah, you might have to worry a little bit about the fairy types in the back, but if you can at least get some big damage onto some of the Pokemon like the Dragonite and the Ting-Lu, you'd be in a much better spot.
Yeah, and but that was a really good. I was gonna say that was a really good lead from Anthony, right? That was one of those leads where it's just kind of tough to break through. You have to go through Multiscale, Vessel of Ruin, all those defensive abilities, and it could kind of just work out. You know, you could have even had like Ogerpon or something in the Dragonite slot and still done insane amounts of value overall, right? Because again, when your main threats for Benji are two special attackers, you almost always want to bring Ting-Lu. Is going to survive a Surging Strikes, the Terra Poisons, and also, again, Dragonite just can't really be one-shot by it either. Right, so I want to see how Benji responds to this. How do you think he could get out of this one?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he does to adjust here, and whether or not Anthony even leads with the same duo. I think it's solid enough into anything that Benji might want to do, so I could see him continuing to lead that. It looks like considering the Goldango in this matchup, which I don't hate.
Yeah, I think that's, I wouldn't say it's his only way out, but it's I think it's a step in the right direction because you're hitting that, at least that lead specifically, you're hitting it for very neutral damage, right? Neither of the Terras resist to Make It Rain, right? And what you could at least do is maybe like, you know, just get the chip off, and it's probably going to be a lot of chip. You know, maybe not onto the Ting-Lu specifically, but probably a lot of chip onto the Dragonite. You break the Multiscale. And you could go from there, right? After that, it's like Dragonite. Oh no, it's not even Multiscale either. I just realized that too.
Oh, it is Inner Focus.
Yeah, it is Inner Focus. So you can break through that actually if you want. I'm just so I'm so used to the Reg H sets. I just assumed it was Multiscale, but again, I guess it doesn't. It still does make the Dragonite a little hard to KO overall. But okay, I kind of get what Benji's going for here. So Benji really wants to, you really want to make the Ting-Lu react here, right? Without, you know, instantly losing your Urshifu like you did last time, right? And I think this is relatively okay. Ting-Lu does have the Stomping Tantrum, but yeah, again, you just want to switch out there, avoid getting hit too much, because at the same time, the Ting-Lu doesn't have Assault Vest, so it's still like a little frailer than you would expect, right? Like,
yeah.
Obviously, Vessel makes it really tanky, but it's not taking it as well as they would if it was an Assault Vest. And okay, good fake out. And yeah, going for the Rillaboom is probably the best play here. I do wonder what Benji's going for. Benji goes for a nasty plot here. This could be big. mainly because I mean, well, it's big, but okay, so
Here comes the Master Plot.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're getting the Goldengo set up here, and if the Goldengo can move here, then it's going to be doing a lot of damage. Gouging Fire is quite fast, though.
and I like that play from Benji. You know, just playing it safe. You might lose the Rillaboom in the process, I think, but if you're able to get something in the back that applies a lot of pressure as well, then I think that's actually the really smart move. You know, just take the trade for the long-term benefit of just like clicking 2 spread things and just like going for it.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I think Benji's trying to go for here, because otherwise I think Rillaboom's not doing much here, and honestly, like Goldengo's done doing much here, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of just want to get the Rillaboom out of here, and I believe he locked in U-turn, right? Just to make sure he gets something in. Ooh, Terra Steel on the Dragonite. I think that's very interesting because, yeah, you resist the Goldengo, but if there's like an Ogerpon in the back, I don't think you like that, right? So, okay, so he crashed going right.
Alright, so Rillaboom's now off the field. Dragonite won't be doing anything to the Goldengo this turn. And it is Iron Head. Probably, maybe expecting that Terra Fairy.
Yeah, and I think, yeah, Anthony just, I would say going all out for it. It was a relatively safe play, right? Because Goldengo was just like kind of really threatened there, and yeah, I mean, now Tornadus is in, so this is like an interesting situation, right? You still can't really do much to the Dragonite here, right? Yes, it's gonna do a lot, right? But I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't know how much this is going to do.
Yeah. Because also Gouging Fire resists it, runs a lot of bulk, so again. Oh, and actually we see. Okay, you know what? I don't think it's that bad now, just because of what I do see in the back, right? But it seems this team overall kind of struggles with steel types, or just like any steel, or because yeah. Oh wow, Shadow Ball just went straight out. And okay, yeah. That's actually not a bad play there. Heat Crash is not going to do much. You don't want a Breaking Swipe. Oh, it does do a lot to
That's a
crit. Yeah,
Ooh.
that's really unfortunate. That probably would have done like maybe around up to like not half, but it would have been a lot more healthier. And we kind of don't like this right now because yeah, not even like Make It Rain or yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? Okay, that's an interesting play, right? I think it's bold, but kind of need to make bold plays in the situation.
Yeah.
Right? If the Drago somehow that gets in safely, right? You can easily you would easily just hit 2 spread moves, and it's actually
And then
really
you're
advantageous.
probably good.
Yeah.
Since the Dragonite burned the Terra, you don't have to worry about the Gouging Fire.
Alright, let's see here. Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, Burning Bulwark coming out. Let's see what the Tingly does. This is actually really important here. What's for Earthquake? Okay, depending on how much this does, it might be a little dicey. It's probably not going to do a lot though, because Grassy
It is on
Turn.
grassy. Alright,
Okay,
no,
so
we're in business.
yeah, actually this is like a lot better of a situation now, because now, yeah, just
Hit your spread
click
moves.
your spread moves, right? They can't really do anything about it because I think there's like 2 turns of Tailwind left, and that's probably enough to just do enough damage to seal up the game. Well, I wouldn't say seal up the game, but like it's good enough, especially since the Dragonite. There's nothing really in the back to resist whatever's coming out. The steel dragon coverage covers for a lot. Funny enough, though, it doesn't cover for steel, but he did remove the steel type earlier, so it's coming out. Okay, so
Here comes Fluttermane, and I don't think this Fluttermane's
I don't think
getting
it's
through this turn.
Yeah, I don't think it's getting through this turn. Like, because actually Benji smartly used the Shadow Ball the previous turn, right? You still have that +2 So there's not really a chance, even with the vessel, for Fluttermane to live this. I think.
I like this though. You're trying to just burn some of that special attack that the Goldango has and hope that you do survive an attack next turn.
Yeah.
It's still gonna be rough.
Yeah, so Grassy, actually, funny enough, Dragon Energy is stronger next turn because the health went up from the grassy terrain, and now it's gone, so you're not going to get much of that back. But you're still under Tailwind, and, you know, I think Ting Lu might actually just go down this turn. It's just what the Gouging Fire is going to do the next turn, right? Because it kind of has the Burning Bulwark here. Otherwise, I think the game's just over. It lost its booster energy, like everything's just faster than it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think what Anthony's betting on here is for the Ting Lu to get an attack off, frankly, right? And because it's not Assault Vest, I actually highly doubt it's gonna get the attack off. Let's see how much it does here. Ooh, actually, wait. Okay, so +1. This actually might be close. Considering. Ooh, okay, Ting Lu goes down. Okay, I think Benny has. Benji has it wrapped up now. +1 Make It Rain, taking out the Ting Lu, and it's like now all you really need to do to just win this game is
just hit 2 attacks, really.
I don't think that's the way you want to go about it, but that's fine. I think it's good either way. I was thinking maybe like just protect Drago, let Goldango go down, and Tailwind after, right? That's what I was thinking. But I mean, I'm sure this works too. Oh yeah, considering Tornadus has his sash intact, he didn't even take like a single point of damage there actually. So Goldango, attack falling. Goldango, oh, using Shadow Ball, not even Master Ball. Just go for the Shadow Ball. It's probably gonna do a lot. And gonna fade to the Life Orb.
And now you get Drago back in.
Yeah, and then you
get
just
a
click.
Tailwind.
Yeah, and let's see. I guess Drago just clicks Dragon Energy. There's not much you could do about it. You don't really want to risk Draco Meteor. Yeah, but I think just Tailwind Dragon Energy and you're good.
Yeah,
so actually, I actually really like how Benji played this. It didn't look good in the beginning, but you were able to not only get the Terra on Dragonite, which is value because you resist a lot of stuff, right? But once it's gone, there's not really much stopping just that Make It Rain plus Dragon Energy combo. Like, because there are no other Terra Steels, there aren't any actually other Steel types on the team, right? Like Ogrepot, like there's a lot of Steel resists, but all of them kind of get dropped by Dragon. Yeah, and then on the opposite end, anything that resists, I mean, obviously, because Fairy's the only thing immune to Dragon, it's gonna get blown up by a Make It Rain too. So, it looked a little weird. Like the Dragonite was really scary, and I think that's why actually Anthony's bringing it, right? Because you don't. It's actually just really good into the matchup, right? So, oh, interesting. So, Benji thinking maybe something similar the last game, but it depends on what he thinks the Anthony is going to respond with, right? Honestly, I still think Anthony could just go with whatever he went in the first game.
Yeah,
right.
It's definitely not bad. I do think the Goldango does kind of stop the Dragonite from just doing whatever, running over the team like it did in the first game.
And because it's not multi-scale, like it can't actually take like a +2 from anything, right?
Yeah.
I know we were talking about multi-scale earlier, but it's like I read this and it's like, oh my god, this is inner focus. It could definitely you could definitely just drop to a few hits. Especially if it's a +2 Goldango Shadow Ball, right? Like it just dropped from full even with I'll take a little bit on the field, but yeah. So Anthony, I'm pretty sure this is the same lead all 3 games for Anthony, right? Or was it Gouging Fire Ting Lu last game?
Yeah, Dragonite Ting Lu has come to all 3 games,
and Benji switching it up here. I think maybe Benji was thinking, oh, he might switch it up, but it's still not a bad position for Benji. I think Benji, that's exactly what Benji needs to do. Although this will be interesting just because we actually don't know if like the Dragonite's is gonna go for a prediction like it did like the last game. But we'll see if Anthony's bold enough to just predict that. Although I do get the reasoning with Benji just going for it now, because Benji did actually just switch it out last game, right? And it looks like it's actually not going for Terra Steel Iron Head. I don't think a raw one's gonna really take it out.
And it just gets a nasty flood up.
Yeah, so I think an Iron Head plus Throat Chop probably does not get it.
And it's just go.
Oh, scale shot. Okay, if this gets 5 hits, Tornadus is gone. But funny enough, I actually think after the Tailwind, you want the Tornadus to go down here. Oh, and that's really good, especially because of what we know Benji has in the back, right? That's just really solid. Not only that, the defense going down, right? And yeah, actually Benji seems to be in a solid position even after losing one Pokemon on turn 1, right? This is honestly, I think this is a really solid position. Earthquake doing a little over like, I don't know, like 20-30%, right? At least from what I know, this is a really offensively geared Ting-Lu, right? That's why it has the clear amulet.
Yeah.
But now it's a really rough situation, because you can just click Make It Rain. This Dragonite's probably going down because it doesn't have multi-scale, right? And also the Ting-Lu's under fire from just surging strikes, right? Even if you Terra out of it, it's just so much damage is coming down now. You're not gonna really appreciate it. I think Anthony's game plan probably is just maybe stalling out the Tailwind and seeing if that's enough. But Scarf Urshifu will probably be outspeeding everything anyway.
Yeah.
So Terra coming out. Let's see. Okay, that makes sense. The Ting-Lu. Yeah, that's probably the correct play, just because you don't want to
drop to 2 moves.
Yeah, drop to 2 moves here, and let's see if it's enough though. Ooh, actually, okay, that's very interesting. I think it's just because the Dragonite has the defense drop here. Maybe just going for that. Right, and here comes Make It Rain.
Yep.
I guess the Ting-Lu doesn't go down here, but it also doesn't do much return damage because it doesn't have much to hit either of these guys, right? Only has
yeah, it has the Terra Blast to hit the Goldango down.
Okay, so this is a little rough, but does it pick up? Yeah,
it
picks
does.
up.
Okay.
Okay, so this is, I wouldn't say this is a bad trade, but it is an interesting one. I think maybe I still think maybe you should have tried to at least go for Surging Strikes into Ting-Lu, right? But
yeah, I think the
get-
Dragonite would have gone down there regardless.
Yeah. And even then, I think Dragonite does. I don't think you really care if Dragonite survives, right? Yeah, it gets scale shots off, but it's not insanely bad. But I don't think Benji's out of this, and I don't even think. I think Anthony's in a good situation, but I actually don't think Benji's out of this yet, because I think what you might want to do here is just, okay, so withdrawing Ting-Lu, that's actually really smart from Anthony, because you pretty much always want to Surging Strikes into that slot.
This is Ogre Pond, which is going to be a bit rough now.
Yeah, because you are locked into Surging Strikes here, right? Ooh, yep, and now I think that actually just seals the game, right? Because
you can just follow me and...
Yeah, and Woodhammer's like not doing enough. And you're forced to click Surging Strikes. So like, you click Surging Strikes, right? And
the
then,
Woodhammer's not gonna knock out, most likely.
Unless it
then
crits, right?
You just get healed up once again by the Surging Strikes.
Yeah. I think maybe one of the ways out of it would be like maybe not anymore.
Yeah, I think Breaking Swipe, spamming Breaking Swipe here is definitely not a bad idea.
Yeah. I think you just want to... Oh, okay. U-turn coming out. Ooh, actually, that's solid damage. Crit. Now...
Grassy Glide.
Yeah, you want to Grassy Glide, but you want to see how much damage you're going to do, right? And also, like... But the good thing here, right, is if you Grassy Glide, right, and it actually picks up, right, you're free to Surging Strikes the rest of the game, and nothing's gonna really do much to you. And let's see, does he click the Grassy Glide? Yep. Does his tail? No. And that's the game. Yeah, that's the game. There's nothing then you can do
the
there.
Rillaboom goes down here, and now Urshifu can't do anything against Ogre Pond.
Yep. And but honestly, I do think this was a relatively rough matchup. I think for Benji. I think Benji played it as well as he could have, honestly.
Yeah.
Right. Anthony knowing exactly what he needed to do, and yeah, that's it for semifinals. Anthony moving on to finals, and we actually don't have the whoever he's playing against
next, match yet,
so
but
yeah, but we're gonna see Anthony there, and honestly, well played to Benji. He did what he had to do to come back into it, and fortunately wasn't enough. Just a lot of good defensive pieces against honestly everything he had.
Yeah, and it's always tough to decide when to bring Drago and when not to, because there's just so many things.
They could just Terra Fairy in front of your face. Yeah.
But very well played to both.
Yeah, so we'll probably be back. I was gonna say we'll be back to Arnie and Titania for finals, but thanks for sticking with us, and we'll be back for finals.
All right, thank you.
Bye.